framework previously, and it's blown my mind, and it's excited me to grow the business in at this time, especially with the AI revolution. How many of you are using AI, and which AI platform that you're using? Can you put it on the chat? Maybe you're using ChatGPT or Gemini or Claude or any other else. Trang use ChatGPT or can't live without it. Yes, likewise. ChatGPT mostly. Others who never use ChatGPT or never use the AI until up to this moment. You can tell me on the chat as well. Amy use Claude for content creation. That's good. Lipsec and TeamPal. Nice. Claude and ChatGPT. That's awesome. That's awesome. So, for today's session, we're gonna learn from someone that is he's a serial entrepreneur. He done a lot of business, and since the AI revolution started, I spoke to him, and he's saying like I need to do something with these AI revolutions, and what's gonna happen. He literally go to one cage, like he didn't want to be disturbed for I think almost 4 or 5 months. I cannot reach him, my team cannot reach him, and then he somehow like, hey, I got this idea, and he's showing me this platform, how the AI can help the business, and then the rest is history. So now is the time that we're gonna start 2025 with a strong start, and we want to learn about how you can maximizing with the same framework for your business. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please help me welcome Mr. Daniel.
Wow.
Hey, Daniel.
Thank you.
That's
Thank you,
good.
Ryan. Thank you, Ryan,
Okay.
for the kind introduction.
It's good. I want to learn. I'm definitely here for learning for this time. So the stage
Thank
is
you. Thank
yours.
you. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you for even a very warm welcome. The clappings, even though I know everyone's on mute, but I can hear that. I can hear your clapping from very far away. Well, thank you guys for being here today at this webinar. I really appreciate Ryan to organize this. So that we have an opportunity to share a little bit of the framework that I've been working on. It's also the framework that is the origin of how we develop our company product called TeamPal. And the reason we came up with the product itself, it's also part of the reason why, you know, we were here today when Ryan asked all of you guys, how many of you guys are using any of the AI tool. And just tell you a very quick story, a very funny story. In the last conference which I was invited by Ryan, and we went to the SEO conference of 2024 in Bali. And when it was my turn, when I came up, one of the first things I do is I ask the audience 3 questions. And I'm sure I could probably re-ask these questions today, and likely we'll have the same answer. And those were, the first question I asked was, how many of you guys here are using ChatGPT or any form of AI for your everyday operation? It could be writing, it could be brainstorming, it could be idea creation, so on and so forth. And if you do, please raise your hand. And everyone in the audience raised their hand, right? Everyone, every single one of them raised their hand. And then I asked them, the second question is, how many of you think that AI or those kind of tools are now becoming an inseparable part of your work, meaning that they think is so important to everything that they are doing at the moment? If you do think so, raise your hand. And everyone in the audience again raised their hand, right? So that's it. That's 2 questions. It's confirming 2 things, right? The first is everyone aware there are a tool that's AI, aware of their usefulness, and the thing is that using AI is very important for their day-to-day work. And then I asked the third questions, and the third question was, how many of you think that you have been able to capitalize the most, meaning that you can maximize the capability of AI in your everyday work? And the answer came back to me very surprisingly. Nobody raised up their hand. So everyone think that AI is really important. Everyone know that AI is very good and very, very important for their work, but nobody really know how to utilize AI to the maximum capacity that it can be, right? And that was part of the reason why we create a tool called TeamPal. But today, the main theme of today is not so much about TeamPal, but about a framework in which we develop to build TeamPal from. Um, so to start with, let me share with you a very quick screen here. So as you can see, the first part, as you look at the note, you'll see that that's a statistic that's similar to all of the audience I talked to in the Bali conference. 77% marketer use ChatGPT for their work. More than 49% of SMEs are using ChatGPT in one way or the other. And I'm sure this number has already gone up since the beginning of 2025. 4 out of 5 companies deem AI to be the top priority in their business strategies, right? But not really many people know how to utilize them to the maximum capacity. And we and one of the reason is ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini are created to be a B2C product, meaning that they are a product that for everyone. And if there is a product for everyone, it's also a product that doesn't really fit to any particular one. And we took that very seriously because when you look at AI, you can actually break it down. Well, I would like to ask you to frame it so that you can imagine AI almost as a assistant, like a companion when someone you want to hire for your job, right? And there are a few components to make that assistant to be the best capable assistant, the best capable employee when you work with them. Well, the first thing is intelligence. So the framework we came up with is called IWWH, and it's made up of 4 components. The first component we call is intelligence. The second component is who. The third component is what, and the final component is how. To many of you who have joined SEO conference, I've already shared briefly on this concept, but because of the time, during that time, I only was given about 30 minutes. So today I will go in more in depth with very clear sort of instruction, sort of like what does it look like in each of these components when you start working with AI. And with this framework, you don't really need to use TeamPal to really utilize AI. You can actually use ChatGPT or some of different tools that help you to do some more custom, which is require quite a bit of manual setup, but you can achieve it. But it's very important that you can utilize the whole framework so that every role, every agent, every AI interaction that you use, when you apply this framework, you start seeing that the result in utilizing AI are going to be at least 2 to 3 times in terms of quality better than if you don't apply it, right? Um, the first thing I want to start in is to share with you the way this AI model will train. So this AI model will train on billions and billions of parameter. In short, it trains on the entire database of the internet from past to present. Meaning that it's a huge amount of knowledge, including language from 196 countries available on Earth. Meaning that each of these model hold a huge amount of intelligence. But when you work on your day-to-day tasks, you don't really need that much intelligence. You only need the intelligence that fit with their job, right? So the way we have to do it, we have to learn to really narrow the process of narrow this intelligence down so that they start learning about who you are, what you do, what their job's supposed to be, what's their kind of skill, what kind of KPI, and then you can actually utilize it to give you the best return. So the first component is intelligence. So think of intelligence as when you work with different people, every different people have different kind of intelligence. Some people are really good at writing, some people are really good at logic, some people are really good at memory. So each of these intelligence actually fit with different kind of tasks, right? So as you can see here, right now, in terms of intelligence, ChatGPT, which run by GPT-4, GPT-4 Mini, or GPT-4 Turbo, they are one type of intelligence out of many. So in the world right now, there are 3 frontier models, which is frontier intelligence. They are Claude that are developed and built by this company called Anthropic, which was invested by Google and Amazon. They are extremely intelligent in terms of creating content, in creativity works, and in very rich in language idea, and is very good for writing and storytelling. Okay, so it's sort of like one of those employee in which when you hire, they're very good at art stuff, very good at writing stuff, right? But ChatGPT, on the other hand, is very good at logical stuff. It's almost like a one size fit all type of model. They're very good at logical. They're very good at interacting with other skills, other tool. They're very good at interacting with your knowledge. They're not the best in terms of writing, and they're not the best in terms of memorize things. So the last model is developed by Google, which is called Gemini. And Gemini has a very special power in which they have a power of memorization. So they, at one point, they can hold the conversation up to 2 million context window, 2 million token, which equivalent to about 1.7 million word. So imagine you can carry a conversation for a million's word, and Gemini will be able to remember all of this context window. So all of this information throughout the whole conversation. So as you can see, each of this model has different pros and cons, different strength and weakness. And the strength and weakness of each model will then be fitting with different tasks in which you want the model to work with, right? Again, come back to my example that I want you to imagine. It's just, you have to think of it as what kind of tasks you are trying to accomplish, and therefore you can reverse engineer back to choosing what kind of model you should use in order for you to achieve that task. So a very quick showcase in here for you to have a good imagination. So in TeamPal, so this is the outlook of TeamPal, but we'll go into depth later. Under configuration, you'll see that in our tool, we let you choose in between each models available in one space. As you can see here, each model we have a short different description of what the model does and what their strength and weaknesses, so that when you choose them for different tasks, you can simply just go in there and then choose the model for the task that you think that it fit best. A lot of time for logical and research tasks, I prefer to use GPT-4o. But when it comes down to writing, high-level writing, in-depth writing, storytelling, I love Claude 3.5 Sonnet. I think it's the best language model available in the market right now for those kind of tasks. So you can click in here, click accept, and right away the model is going to be saved under the agent itself. So that is, as you can see here, the model is available in your chat. So you can actually choose between each model per chat session. So that's the first component, or I would say pillar of IWWH. First, intelligence. You really need to figure out what are all the available intelligence in the market. So beside all of these closed models, so you can see here, developed by the very well-known company, OpenAI, Google, and developed by Anthropic, there are other open source model available in the market as well. For example, Google, Meta has a model called Llama 3, and then Tesla or XAI have a model called Grok. And there will be so many more models that are going to be deployed around 2025, 2026. And as there are more model, I think one of the key things we need to understand is each model has its pros and cons. And the more understanding you have about each how the model work, the better it is for you to utilize them on the task that you will do. And I will during this showcase, I will show you different use case when you start applying this model into your own work. So that's the first component, knowing what intelligence to choose, knowing the strength and weakness of each intelligence. Well, the second component, well, sorry, I missed this slide. So as you can see here, I want to give you an example of how with the same input of a prompt, each model has a different output in terms of the writing. So for example, the prompt is write a blog post analyzing the growing importance of sustainable and functional home furniture in Indonesia urban household. Use an engaging, informative, and professional tone to suit a general audience interested in home design and sustainability. So you can see here, this is the output of GPT-4o. This is the output of Claude Sonnet 3.5. And this is the output of Gemini 1.5 Pro. When you test with each of these different output, particularly with the writing task, uh, I don't know, you can probably use TeamPal to test it out. You can probably go out online and find, maybe purchase Claude, or try Claude on their website, try GPT-4 on their website, try Gemini, and then to find out the difference between the three. But from what I gather and from my own personal experience, Claude 3.5 is always deliver the best in terms of creative writing. All right. So the second component, or the second pillar of the framework IWWH, is context, which is who. So for any of these AI, so just like when I come back to my point earlier, as when I share with you that each of these AI are trained on hundreds of billions parameter, meaning that's hundred billions of terabyte of knowledge and of data around the web, on the web. So in order for you to utilize this intelligence, you want to narrow down the context. The first things you want to narrow down is you need to narrow down the assistant identity. So the identity of the AI. So a lot of time when you search for how is the best use case of prompt, one of the things you will find is the first sentence of every prompt when you talk to this language model is you probably have to say something like, act as if you are a marketing specialist working for this organization, right? And so that sentence alone are what we call context. So it's the sentence that you give the assistant an identity, right? But a more detailed outlook of this is this. As you can see, there are few components in which you can actually give the context to the AI model so that they can narrow down their intelligence to take on the role of the goal in which you want to set them to do. So for example, you want to tell them who they are. For example, you are Ling. My name is Daniel. You are Daniel. You are a marketing specialist working for TeamPal International. Your target audience are young professional who are from the age 25 to 35 who are interested in using AI for their work. The goal and objective is you have to be able to write blog post, optimize SEO, so on and so forth. The KPI, the KPI is generate 10 blog posts a day, generate performance indicator, performative advertisement post. The expected outcome is show up all the outcome for each of these agents. So as you can see, the more details you are listing in here in terms of the identity for the agent, for the AI model, then the more you narrow down the goal and the capability of this model for them to work better on your context. The second thing you want to make sure they have is the business context in which they're working. So the first is who they are, and the second is who they are working for. So in terms of who they are working for, as you can see here, if you break it down to details, there are a lot of components you can actually fill in to tell the AI, this is who you are working for. Well, the first is, for example, what is the company do? What industry they are in? If the company are in furniture retailer, it's very different from a company who are in marketing agency. It's also very different from a company who do manufacturing, right? When you give them the context of the industry, the AI will automatically select out all the data and knowledge that they already train on, but focus on that industry only. And then you also want to specify where you are, where the company are based. For example, is based in Indonesia, in Jakarta. It's required, you want the AI to speak to you in Indonesia, in Indonesian, bahasa Indonesian. What is the persona and the brand tones that you want to take on? What is the task and responsibility that they have? So think of this as almost a job description when you try to hire someone. And you know that when you write any job description, the more detail you write the job description, the better the outcome of you to find the fitting person for the role that you are looking for, right? So it's just a process of breaking this down into more nuanced details, the assistant identity, who they are, and then the business context, which who they are working for, right? And I'll show you, here's a quick demo of what it looks like in TeamPal and the way we do it. So as you can see on the screen here, under instruction. So when you go into TeamPal, you will be presented with several different AI agents that play different role in your organization that are organized in different department. So let's say this is a marketing expert, brand manager, a brand manager named Tika. And Tika essentially is a brand manager working for furniture retailer in Indonesia. So this first part here, as you can see, focus on the instruction of defining the assistant identity. Your role, so the Tika's role is to work with IKEA cross-function teams to design and launch creative marketing campaigns across diverse channels, study market trends, customer preference, so on and so forth. So the first part, always about assistant identity. Keep in mind, you can go in here and then change this, add more section if you want to, add more instruction if you want to, delete if you don't need, and change when you think that is more fitting. So as you can see, that now is the expected outcome is also listed here. Develop and execute innovative marketing strategy that enhance IKEA brand presence, drive customer engagement, and increase sales in the Indonesian market. This is also goals and objective of Tika. And you also see KPI for Tika. You can see target audience in which Tika has to focus on. We also want to include target audience, industry specifics, and regional and culture consideration. So as you can see, all these details are making Tika understand better her role as a brand manager for IKEA, right? For one, she knows she works for IKEA. She knows she need to speak in English, even though it's in Indonesian company. She also know that what is her domain specific knowledge. She should know that whenever content that she writes, she has to keep an ethical and regional and cultural consideration. She have to know what are some of the keywords that are more sensitive toward different group of people, you know. So as you can see, as you narrow all this component down, you start to have a very different outcome of the role in which the agent will play in your organization. Instead of just chat with a very generic ChatGPT, you go in ChatGPT and you ask something, you will get something very generic across all industry, across all region. But by forming the system prompt in a really clear and precise and detailed manner, you will have a much better different result, right? So that is what a quick showcase of what it looks like when you build the whole component of your framework. You can do this in ChatGPT, in fact. So when you go in ChatGPT and every beginning of every chat, you have a format of a context and you copy and you put it in there, you'll be able to, you give them the context, and therefore they will definitely give you a better output. To give you an example, this is an example of two set of query prompts, but one with very clear instruction and one is without, right? For example, this is a very clear instruction. Write a post about making everyday life better with affordable, functional, I can see here, functional, sustainable, and inclusive products. Use a friendly, inspiring tone for family and young professional. Now, because these agents are already been instructed with very clear instruction system prompt, this you can see the output, creating a better everyday life for everyone. It's a very clear, it's very precise, it's very tailored toward the brand in which the AI working for, right? But if you pull down, here is also the same thing, but with a prompt with extremely poor instruction. I guess Tika, AI Power Brand Manager expert working for a furniture retail business. As you can see here, the output is very generic, very poor, right? And it's not exciting. And it's almost a clear day and night when you work with this AI model, and the way you form and instruct will really determine the quality in which you will have the output. All right. So that is the second component, the second pillar of IWWH, right? The first, again, intelligence. Know what models, what the strength and weakness of each model, how each model function, and what each model work for which case. The second, build a really detailed and good instruction prompt to tell them who they are and who they're working for. I'm talking here on the basis of agents that are you want to build tailor for your business. right? Of course, in your everyday life, you will have a lot of agents that do many generic things. You may want the agent to just simply brainstorm everyday idea or help you with, keep you remember with everyday things. That's not what TeamPal is for. TeamPal is really, the way we build this framework is really for business per se. So if you are a small medium business, you have agency and you want to apply AI in the maximum with the maximum return, you want to apply this framework. Well, the third pillar of the IWWH framework is what, and what compose of three components, right? The first is knowledge base. The second is skills portfolio. And the last one is task mastery. So let's come back to the example I shared earlier. Think of working with your AI assistant as really working with a new employee that you have, right? Let's say if you hire a new employee and they just got hired through a really detailed MJD, they know exactly who they are, they know exactly who they're working for, and now they start the first day at work. Well, the first day at work are usually the onboarding day. And what do you do when you onboard a new person? You have to give them the knowledge that they want, that they need to, in order for them to do their job well, right? If you hire a marketing person, you want to teach them about the brand guidelines, the content guidelines, the SEO process, the website process, the social media processes that you have within your organization. So these are all what we call knowledge base. And knowledge base are essentially, they are document, typically are in document type. They could be PDF, they could be PowerPoint, they could be Word doc, so on and so forth. And you want to be able to upload this into the brain of each of these AI, so that the AI will then have, will then be able uh, to equip with the knowledge so that they can do their job better. So to show you a quick demo what it looks like, I'll show you very quickly here. So you click on, again, configuration, under superpower, you click on add knowledge. And over here, as you can see, you could upload several type of format: PDF, PowerPoint, docx, TXT, RTF, or EPUB. You can upload up to the maximum size file of 90 megabyte. You click on it, you'll be able to see all of the listed files that you have available in the bottom. Click on add, enter agent chat, you'll see the files right here available in the knowledge, which is the component that you want the AI to have when each time if they chat with you. So as you can see here, Tika, starting from scratch, which she was a normal generic AI model, now you already give her an identity, an assistant identity, and then give her the context of business. She already know who she is, and when she give you an information, when she try to talk to you, she also know what business context you're working with. And then not only that, she is now equipped with the knowledge that she needed to do her job. So you click on the document, you can see here, well, this is just showcase of TeamPal. You can actually upload the document there as well. So let's say you have a query that you upload different documents. You hey, extract for me the brand promise and brand personality of the brand analysis file under your knowledge base. You click on it and you can see right away Tika was able to extract that information, and it will show you the reference in which where it get the information from the knowledge base. So think of this almost exactly how you as employee or as person who working, and we're all professional worker, that this is the same way we actually process information. We read different files, we upload on our to our brains different knowledge, different stuff from the company we work with, and then whenever a task at hand come, we try to recall those information and knowledge so that we can use that memory to work on new things. And that's exactly the way AI are being trained here. So you click on it, you'll be able to see all the reference point, right? So that's the first component of out of the three pillar of capability is knowledge. So you want to be able to upload all the knowledge, and based on each role of the agent, she should have different knowledge base, right? If you are a brand manager, should have a different different knowledge based on a sales assistant. If you have a sales assistant, you're gonna need a sales pipeline, you're gonna need a sales document, you're gonna need a cold email template, so on and so forth. You will need a policy. If you are an HR assistant, it will be HR policy, it will be employee policy, so on and so forth. So again, each role of AI have different contexts, and therefore it should have different knowledge that you want to equip to them. The second thing is skill portfolio. So skill portfolio is what? Again, come back to my example as JD. You will see that if you hire someone who do designer, you will want to hire someone that have the ability to work with Canva or to work with PowerPoint, right? And that ability is what we call skills. And the same way AI are now able to do, which they are able to interact with different tools on the internet. So for example, they are now able to search the web. That's one of the skills. And then they are able to watch YouTube for you and extract the transcript. They are able to draw graph and create documents for you. They are also able to research different database of reports to get in-depth research of different type of reports on industry for you. They are now slowly will be able to also interact with Excels, interact with PowerPoint, and create all those kind of stuff, or even go and then scan LinkedIn, scan Facebook, scan Twitter, and try to interact with you on that end. So in terms of skills, there are two types of skill available in the market. The first is external and public skill. For example, search the web. Those are external and public skill. But the internal and personalized skill are skills that only apply on your digital asset. For example, AI are capable of access your email or your calendar. So it should be able to, if you give the authentication, it will be able to actually book the calendar for you on your behalf. It will be able to send email for you on your behalf. It will be able to read and summarize and tell you who the person are on your behalf. So those are what internal skills are look like. And as AI progress and grow, this will be the future of how AI will be. And it's the same way you look at the way a human employee evolve. It's the same way AI are going to be slowly evolve. And I give an example what it looks like when an AI agent have a skill. So again, you go into configuration and under superpower, you click on skill. And a skill, you'll see a list of different skills, about close to 30 skills available. And let's go with a very simple example over here. Search Google, web browser, and GPT-4 Vision. So GPT-4 Vision essentially is you can upload different image upon on the tool, and the AI will be able to read the image and then tell you what it is. So you can see right away Tika, who now with business context, with assistant identity, with the knowledge that you equip, now she also have skills to work with. As you can click here, let's try with a task. Search for the latest news about IKEA competitor in Indonesia, including the sources of those news. You click on it, and right away, Tika will be able to go on Google as her skill, search for those information, and listed out all of these news and article for you with the summarization of each article. Now, you can also tell Tika to read the article and summarize the key takeaway. One of the way here is to just kind of load up the URLs, and you can ask the AI to do exactly that. And as you read here, you'll see that Tika used the skill for web browsers. So you can grow your imagination just by looking at the skills in which Tika are using. Right now, it's just simple single skills, but soon you will see the way she will do multiple skills at once. Up on here, please help me review this chart. This is a chart of a link on Google, and as you can see here, she'll look at the chart. Is the image URL, and she used the skill called GPT Vision, which is the way she can process a picture, and then she'll give you the list of the information down here. All right. So as you can see, with each skills, you will be able to utilize AI in a far much better context, right? And for example, a lot of times you will be able to combine between skill and knowledge, and you can combine between multiple skills in just one single query. So you can tell it to search on Google, then summarize, then draw out a chart, then do a competitor research, and so on, right? Then finally, the third component of the what pillar is task mastery. So task is just our way of saying prompt, right? You work with a lot of this model, for example, ChatGPT. You know the importance of using a very good prompt. If you write a very good prompt, typically you have a better output. So the way we do it in here is we integrate a list or a library of already pre-built and pre-optimized prompt in TeamPal. So what it looks like over here, very quickly, you'll see that under task, for every row of the agent, we actually generate out a list of prompts that are already been optimized, but it will appear in this outlet almost as just a form you can fill in. For example, this is a prompt that create a content plan for a blog. So this is a title, but behind the scene in the back end, it's a very lengthy prompt that I already optimized for the end users. Click on add, click on save, enter agent chat. You'll be able to see tasks right here as a component. Click on it. And if you click on the task, now it's a prompt that I already optimized. You will see a form that looks like this. So instead of having to copy and paste a really lengthy prompt from the internet, or you have to fill in the prompt and then you fill in each of the component of the prompt so that it make it personalized for your business work. We take that pain out of the picture and then just give you a form to fill. So as you can see, create a content plan for a blog. We'll ask you who is the target audience. So you just need to fill in that target audience here. What is the blog niche that you're trying to write about? The content frequency that you will try to post this. What are the key topics and the desired tone, the desired writing tone that you want to have. You click on this. As you can see here, this is just a sample that filling in middle-class family, young professional, affordable functional home solution for furniture, 2 and 3 blog posts a week, home organization tips, friendly, helpful, and inspiring. Click send, and right away, the agent will go to work and develop a content plan for your blog post, as you can see here. All right. But again, the reason the output come out so precise is because of all the setup that we have done previously. Is Tika, she's a brand manager. She worked for IKEA. She knows exactly what her role is and who she work for. She has her knowledge. She has her skill. And now she utilizes the task as some of the prompt so that she can come up with the output that are high quality and tailor in very precise way to the task in which you have to perform for the business, right? So that are the three pillars of capability, and that is the what component of IWWH. So the final one is how. So as I can share, how essentially is a process of you combining all this together to create an environment where you can ultimately optimize your usage with AI, right? As you can see previously, it requires some work to get used to. So it's not just like you go in there and you chat, just like generic, right? But it requires some setup, some level of manually getting used to different large language model. So what type of intelligence you may want to try it out differently for different scenario. And the second thing is you want to upload knowledge. You want to see how we integrate from knowledge to skill to task, how you can chat with it. And the more you work with AI, the more you chat with it, the more you figure out the pros and cons of the way AI still function. You actually will have a feel, just like when you work with someone else, have a feel of how you can ultimately make the best use case out of it. I mean, for me personally now, I'm so used to I cannot see my life without AI. But of course, my whole life now revolve different AI agent for different role. I mean, I have one specifically just to write email for me. So each time I have an email send it over to me, I'll just reply. I just post the email in there. I'll say, hey, this is the context for my business. Help me to reply email in this way. I use AI for my negotiation work. For any term where I work with anyone, I just throw it in there, ask them, hey, these are can I what are some negotiating tactics? What are some of the things that I can write? And AI will typically do much better job than I would do it myself, right? And a lot of my thinking are now actually are being because through my way of brainstorming with AI, and because I built several AI for different chat. I was actually be able to organize my thought process. So a lot of time I work with an AI, just one AI for marketing work, one AI for sales work, and one AI for, let's say, operation work. Each of these, because they are prompt differently and because they have different knowledge, each time I need something, I'll go into each of these agents and talk to them separately, as if I talk to different employee on their specific JD job. Instead of I just talk with a generic knowledge, like ChatGPT. So again, that's how I try to integrate with my personal work, and it has helped me tremendously so far. And that's partly the reason why when we build a IWWH framework, we also know that if someone take out the time and effort to really construct this around their life and their work, just one setup, and from then on, I think what it comes down to is a lot of benefit, a lot of fruits that you come out with. So again, come back to a very short slide here to show you a little bit the differences between if you would be using ChatGPT for now, and if you're using a tool, let's say TeamPal, you can say TeamPal for your work, right? Let's say ChatGPT, you got very difficult to set up context accurately. You have to kind of reset up all the time, and you can't really save each of the context setup. So you can't really have like multiple different agents that working in different department each time you want to ask them. It has very limited skill set. You cannot really expand it, right? You can't really set up a knowledge base and brand voice consistently for each agent. So if let's say you have a business and you have a different brand voice, meaning writing tones of voice for your PR work, for your social media work, for your blog post work, so on and so forth, you can't really set it up easily. And there's no area for you to combine really all this context and capability together. And on Viper's on the other end, if you have a tool that really helps you do this, that would really cut down to the chase of how you can utilize AI better. This is just a quick comparison sort of chart that you can take a look on business setup, on knowledge, on specialization, and on capability, right? So very quickly, I'll show you very quickly a quick product demo when you go into TeamPal. Difference to if you would use any other tool out there in the market, let's say a chat tool like ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini. The moment you go into the tool, you'll see a chatbot right away. In TeamPal, it's different. We will require you to build your workspace. This is the business context that you want to give AI to build upon. So what we require is put in your brand name, your business type, the language, the location. You can then use our AI to describe your business. So all you need to do is either enter your website URLs or upload a PDF. And then AI will, based on the URLs, and right away write a brand description based on that context. And when you click use, over here is going to be the brand description and the product in which you sell. There's a URL, there's a brand logo. And once it's all set, we'll provide you with a workspace. And as you can see here, it's broken down into different departments. You got design, sales, information, marketing, human resource. And in under each of the department, you have different AI agents that are already being prompt systematically. So for example, brand manager like Tika earlier I shared, in the configuration, we automatically use the business context to craft the instruction prompt to tell her who she is, who she works for, what she does, that evolve all the components that I shared earlier. Over here, we also have a library of 80 different agent templates for various departments. We also have the capability for you to create new agent. Just give the agent a job description, and our system will automatically create the new agent for you. Over here is the knowledge. So this is where you upload all kind of knowledge you have. Here's a list of all the files that you have available. Click on choosing. Here's where you set up your brand voice. Again, click on click. You name your brand voice. You use AI. You click on the sample content. The sample content is what you just take out what you think that you want the AI to write in that brand tones. Click analyze, and right away our tool will help you have set our brand voice for your brand. So that is, you have a brand voice for you to utilize and use. So that is a workspace setup. So now let's go into like a very specific use case. So I think now that we share the framework, I think it would be very, very good to share you how does it look like when an AI agent was given and was optimized on the framework. How does it work and how does it function after being set up almost completely, right? As you can see here, this is again come back to Leica. We have a skills that we already set up here. We have a doc maker, document finder, document reader. There's the skill. She's Leica, our marketing lead, and she has the knowledge, and also she has the context. So the query which we asked her to do is conduct a research on the latest trend in home furniture in Indonesia for 2025 brand content plan with focus on consumer preference, emerging trend, and competitive activity. Analyze IKEA competitor to gain insight into their strategy market, so on, and then source, use, and search. Click OK. You'll see that Leica will act on the prompt, and it will first, it will use Google search to search for the information. It then look through different reports on the internet, only reports, so which is a very in-depth study of the trends, and it also do a Google search on that report in order for her to get this information. So as you can see here, it's Leica utilizing multiple skills for her job, and as these are all of the source that she go through in order for her to get the information. This is the furniture report that she looked for, and it saved her a lot of time, saved you a lot of time to do research. Search for proposal samples on brand strategy for IKEA, emphasizing its sustainability, affordability, and functional design. Locate relevant documents or reference to guide IKEA Indonesia brand strategy. If you click on this, as you can see right away, the information will list out. These are reference and insight, and these are all of the things in which she already search on the internet and compiled it for you. So this is essentially what you have to do if you would do the same task. You would have to go on Google, search different query, go to each of different website, read through different report, and compile it onto this page. But now, because you already equipped this AI with these kind of tools, you can just ask her to do it for you. And you click on the proposed sample. As you can see, right away, you will see the file. You can then look through the files for yourself. Now, another task is to find and provide top 3 videos on IKEA strategy in Asia, highlighting key insight and approach that can inform 2025 brand content plan for IKEA Indonesia. Again, video is such an important form nowadays for any channel of marketing. And so one of the things is that you don't want just to search for content on Google. You can actually ask Leica to search the content on YouTube. And instead of you having to watch through all the YouTube, you could just ask Leica to extract the transcript that are being read or being spoken on YouTube to figure out what are the content of that YouTube is about. So as you can see here, Leica do the YouTube search, and you can see the result that it's already compiled the content of the research for you, of the YouTube search for you. If you click on the link, you'll see the link to the YouTube videos right here. So it's the same thing with Google search. Like go on YouTube, search for the keyword, search for the videos available, compile the content in the videos, and then get back to you with the result. Based on the brand analysis, brand style document, which is the document that she was given, all the relevant proposal sample and video inside, help me create a detailed brand content strategy for IKEA Indonesia for Q1 2025 in Doc Maker. Emphasize IKEA core value, affordability, sustainability for functional design. Define the target audience. Again, middle class family, young professional, urban dweller. Brand messaging, communication tone, and unique selling proposition. a very good prompt putting in there. With that, you compile the documents, compile the brand, the context, and all of the information that the AI have done earlier. You send, and after a while, you have the AI will use DocMaker to craft the strategy for you. And if you click on it, you'll see this is the document of the whole strategy that compiled everything. All right. So this is a series steps and steps of utilizing knowledge, utilizing context, utilizing skills, utilizing prompting, and to get the highest quality possible output without having to waste so many effort and time for you to go around and try to get information from different places, right? And you can download and export. And again, you can, if you need more idea, just use our tasks and fill it in and generate, and right away you will see a list of all of different ideas that you can utilize. Remember, these are all very optimized prompts are already built in on TeamPal that we did for you. So as you can see here, utilize this using this brand, write the blog for me, and it will be, show all the hyperlink. Like I will suggest you what are the hyperlink for you to input in without you having to do it. So again, all of this kind of is the combination of everything in between. The construction of the AI, the process in which you give them the context, you give them business context, give them the right skill, give them the right knowledge, and therefore, with any queries, with any tasks that you ask them to do, like I was able to write without give you a generic answer, without you having to go back and forth with the AI in order for you to get the result. So as you can see, that essentially is TeamPal and the way we construct it and we build it. So I think that is basically wrapped up the sharing of me today. I hope that when we go into the level of details that we had today, it's much more helpful for those, even for those who have already listened to the framework before, but for those who have never listened to a framework, I think you can again apply this even if you don't use TeamPal, but if you only apply this for your everyday, when you utilize different AI models, you will 100%, I can guarantee you, find a huge improvement in the way AI model will give you output and the quality of the answer and the quality of your workload. So that was that for my presentation. Thank you.
All right. Your applause. Dan, that's good one. Wow. Uh, Previously, I follow your presentation on the Bali one, and this one is much more specific. So it gave me like more more ideas. But I believe when I've been using TeamPal for 1 month now, and we are exploring all the featured and everything. Every day we get some new ideas that we can add new edge and everything. So it's really good that you created this such a great tools for us this time. This is
Thank
good
you.
one. I hope it's gonna be blown up multiple times in the next few months, or at least in 2025, since we just starting the year now. So for everyone that have question for Dan regarding the IWWH framework or related to TeamPal, you can have uh, you can put your question on the link at the slide do. I put the link on the chat, and well, then if someone that from our attendee are willing to try the TeamPal, where should they try it? Can you give a brief about it?
Yeah,
If they
so
are
you can go on teampower.ai and just click on free trial. We have a 7 days trial right now available, and you can go in there, you create your workspace, you play around with it. I mean, at the moment we are having right now, as you can see, we try to build TeamPower in a way that is really easy for almost anyone to use it. And it doesn't take a lot of effort for you to learn how to use it. And as we progress slowly in future, there are a few very important updates. One of those is that as you see right now, the output are only text output. So all the intelligence available are intelligence that help you provide text. But soon you'll be able to see, I think within Q1 2025, you'll be able to see TeamPal helping you to create multiple type of output. For example, music, voice,
Ooh.
image, a very high quality image, videos even. So you will be able to actually utilize AI with so many different intelligence out there. Because right now, a lot of the AI model available in the market have exceptional quality, and we want to be able to cultivate and provide a lot of our users the access to that in a very in a very easy and convenient way.
Yeah, yeah, because the developing for AI is so fast. Like last month, OpenAI is releasing the new version, and then I don't know. I think this week or last week, the CES also announcing a new stuff on AI basis. So TeamPal will continue to develop according to the market needs and the availability from the market. Is it right? Is it correct?
Yeah, 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 for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
we have so many things very exciting in our pipeline. Really,
Ah,
it's
that's
very exciting in
awesome.
the pipeline.
That's
Yeah,
all right. So, uh, okay.
I think we can go to the Q&A. I think we I see a lot
Yes,
of question here.
yes. We have some question. There's from. We have several question. If you think that your question or some other people question is good and you want Daniel to answer, we cannot answer everything. We only have like 15 minutes left. So for everyone that want to the question to be answered, you can put the thumbs up on the question, so it's gonna bump up into the top. So we have question from anonymous. I don't know who's
Yeah,
asking this.
yeah. We can
This
start from there.
directly, yeah, directly asking what sets TeamPal apart from other AI enterprise solution available on the market. I saw a lot of agent type chat solution with several different price point. There's some more expensive, there's the least expensive. What's make Timpal in your opinion? What's in your ideas that makes Timpal different?
Oh yeah, so I think the same thing that we were sharing earlier for the whole session today. Again, we try to. I mean, there are a lot of tools that are building AI agent in the market. Each tool will have different way to approach. So again, the approach based on the audience in which you want to serve. So for example, a lot of agents builder out there are very in a way very technical and complicated. It requires a bit knowledge of large language model, also knowledge of skills or knowledge of drag and drops and system builder in order for you to really build a systematic way to do it. The way we think of AI is we want to be able to democratize how people can optimize their way of doing working with AI first. So, for example, we want to be able to introduce set of features that make people just, oh, if I'm using ChatGPT now, I could just use TeamPal instead because the price difference is not even that much. Actually, it's even cheaper if you just use TeamPal because I get access to all multiple models and then I get access to all this free prompt. I get access to all of this ability to build knowledge, and later it will be I get access to all of different intelligence that create music, sounds, voice, image and videos, and the convenience is what we're trying to build. You know, the conveniences of the way you interact with AI. We want to start from something very basics and then we get into something more advanced. So that's what I think set TeamPal apart from what we are, what are the company uh, in the
Yeah.
space.
Okay, so since you mentioned it, how much is it the Timpal? Maybe some are questioning like how much is it to using the Timpal as a subscription model?
Uh, well, I'm not sure if I get the answer. If I get the question.
So yeah, so
Oh,
well,
the
the team
pricing,
is
you mean?
putting, yeah, the pricing
Yeah, yeah,
for
yeah.
Timpal.
So right now the pricing we got that you can actually subscribe to TeamPal and it's only $25 a month. So imagine if you go into if you use Claude or if you use Gemini or you are using OpenAI, you actually have to purchase three different separate subscription. And if you use TeamPal, instead of doing that, you only need to subscribe for one, which is $25, and you get access to everything, right? Unlimited usage of all models available. You got a huge amount of data that you can upload to, and all of the available prompts that we already preset and built. And the skills will be basically, skills will be updated almost every month for TeamPal.
Ah, that's nice. So, and we also have a coupon code that available for only for today, like maybe until the first January. So it's continuing our SEOCon last month. Everyone here get some benefit. So when you add coupon code SEOCon20, you will get a 20% discount exclusive. So instead of $25 per month, you will have $20 per month. So it's even cheaper than using any other platform.
Yeah.
Wow. That's good one.
So
And it's unlimited, correct? Is it
yeah,
unlimited?
it's
Uh,
unlimited usage. Yeah, it's unlimited usage.
unlimited. That's good one. So for everyone who want to ask directly to Dan, you can raise your hand and turn on your camera so I can unmute you and you can ask directly. So
We actually have a
meanwhile,
few Q.
yeah,
We actually
yeah.
have also another Q&A over here as well that people actually put up. I can
Yes,
go through a few.
yes.
So
Maybe we can answer from Jennifer.
yeah, so for
What?
example,
Yeah.
Uh, so the multiple separate workspace is one of the things that we're working for as well. I think if I'm not mistaken, it should be within Q1 2025 that we will release that, and that is where you'll be able to actually develop multiple workspace. So say if you are an agency, right, and you have to work with multiple clients, and you want to be able to build workspace for each client, and you want to, with each client, you want to have a set of agents that separately from others, that is also coming. Limits wise, we will send out the details later for that.
All right.
Um, Another questions here is I've
Wow.
created workspace. Can you explain more about the process for setting up a new bot and how to train it? I think I've just gone through that, but if you need to, please send an email to our sales team. I think right in our chatbot, there's Sally and also there's Sui. Shoot them an email. Can Sally, can you leave an email over there? And we will actually help you to onboard with our tool, in which will help you to process go through the process.
Oh, that's good one. So there's a yeah. Using it, it's quite intuitive in my opinion to use the TeamPal as a
Yeah.
dashboard because it's just you click and drag and then after a while you will understand like this one very good. This one you can continue to doing it. So that's good one. So then we have Anthony
Oh.
asking. So we
Mm-hmm.
gotta take live. Hi
Okay.
Anthony.
Hi, good day. How are you?
Good
Hi.
day. Hey,
Good.
please introduce yourself.
Yes, my name is Anthony. I'm out in South Africa. Thank you to yourself, Daniel
Wow.
and Ryan, for a
Wow,
very
there's
comprehensive.
what time is it over there right now?
It's actually 3 o'clock p.m.
Ah, wow,
Yeah.
that's good. All right, what's your
Thank you.
question for Dan?
Yeah, so I've actually used TeamPal, the trial, and then I've played around with regards to its workspace. Very beautiful system, fantastic system. However, I would like to know, maybe it might be due to my capabilities. Does it not have any automation capabilities? I'll give you an example because if I have agents and I want them to execute a task, and one of the tasks, for instance, could be as simple as sending an email to a client. Because from my experiences, it seemed more like the system now gives me more additional work as opposed to taking off my burden. I don't know if I'm making sense. Like if I've got 5 agents, now I'm getting work from them to do rather than me giving them work to do and execute on my behalf.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know if I'm maybe capturing my question clearly. And
No, no,
secondly,
it
if I
makes
can
sense.
just
It makes sense.
take advantage. Yeah. The second question is if you run a holdings company where you've got multiple or more than one subsidiary, do you necessarily now have to go and set up a second workstation? or how do you better set up the workstation so that the agent is able to maneuver based on what you are requesting in that regard? I'll leave it
All
there.
right. Okay. Thank you, Anthony. So Daniel, the first
Yeah,
one.
yeah. So for the first
The
for the part of the questions, the workflow is one of the things that we kind of consider building, but not yet. So one of the things about workflow is that it's actually require quite a bit of technical background. So you want to build up, right? At agent A will do certain tasks and then send the input output to agent B, and send the output to agent C. So one of the thing is we are really in between of like, well, should we really impose that feature now or we build it later when people are a lot more adapt with AI? So you will probably see us playing with the toying with the idea in future. So we already have a talk within ourselves that because we actually have quite a bit of request on that as well. So I think I know exactly what you mean is a set of drag and drop in which you can construct an automatic flow when agent take one and then do the task for you automatically, right? So that again, what we are trying right now, the thesis of TeamPal at the moment is simply to optimize on the system prompt, optimize on the skill, optimize on the level in which, let's say you have a company of 5, 6 people and one person work for marketing, one person work for sales, and each of them need an agent to help with their work with very basics, just like ChatGPT, but then a little more advanced. That is basically our thesis at the moment, and that's a target market that we are aiming for. Doesn't mean
yeah.
that we will not consider the workflow. We have that in our roadmap, but we're just not certain at the moment that is going to be the feature we will build in the short term. For the
But what when that feature release, I think that's the end of the time for the people that looking for a low end job. Like I can imagine like we can cut up few resource in the office because that thing is automated already. In
Yeah,
my
yeah,
opinion, at least.
yeah. Actually, if you're familiar and then you start building a lot of flow, it's you can start already seeing the productivity increment on a lot of stuff. So
Yeah.
let's come back to the second questions you have.
Yes.
In terms of the second questions, right now the way we construct it in Q1 2025 is you'll be able to open several workspace in which under each workspace you will then construct a subsys s- company that you have, and each of them will have different agent, but you can't really uplift from one that go to the other. Or maybe, I mean, we will toy the idea and see what the idea will look like in terms of the way the product looks.
That's good one. That's good one. All right. So I hope it's answering, Anthony. Maybe for one last one, all right? For
Yeah.
the time. So we have a question from Jack. The system prompt or task for business roles look potential. What's the upcoming roadmap for the team pal?
The roadmap, yes. So in terms of roadmap, again, the few very big idea that we're working on. Well, the first big idea is that we are able to help uh our users to create multiple workspace. That's first. The second would be have our users to be able to access different type of intelligence. So you will be able to work with top of the line model that helped you generate videos, image, voice, musics, and so on. Right. Third, big uh, updates, I would say, is a prompt library or a place where you can actually upload your own prompt. Or if you create a new agent with a different roles, you will have an engine where you are able to generate several type of prompts for it, and in which our system will help you optimize the prompt for it. So those are the few ideas that we are toying at the moment. And finally, workflow, for sure. It's been in a talk. I mean, we were very surprised with how many people are requesting workflow in TeamPal. So sure.
I think the workflow will be a game changer. Like,
Thank you, thank you.
especially when uh, you can integrate with other tools. Like maybe when we are asking like sending email, automation, and everything, you're gonna need to have the third-party tools like CRM or other stuff. But it can be connected, then it's gonna be awesome, isn't it?
Yeah, so I
Yeah,
think one person was asking markdown file upload thing or PKM personal knowledge manager. Yeah, for sure. I think that's one of the things that we will work on.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. But I think the first one, uh, the audio generated, video generated, that one is already in the market, and if you are adding to TeamPal for now, it's mind blowing already. So for everyone who's joining this webinar, I will urge you to at least try to sign up for 7 days free trial. Okay, you create your workspace, try to talk with them, be the one who asks the tasks for the team, for your agent, and then you play along. And then when you're if you really love it, like I really love it, you can use the coupon code SEOCon20. uh, is it SEOCon20? Well, team, can you paste send the coupon code once again? So it's SEOCon20. It will valid until January 31st, 2025, and you will have 20% off. So instead of $25 per month, you will get $20 per month. All right. Okay. So if you have any question, where they can contact you, just go to teampal.ai. Correct?
Yes, please send us the
Yeah.
email. You can send the me personal email to me. I'll write it over here. It's dan@teampal.ai, teampal.ai. Just shoot me an email if you want to. Do you have any questions or if you have any requests? I mean, I love the request. From Anthony. We the more requests like that, send it over. We'll be able to know how to prioritize our resource to build the kind of feature that fit best with you guys.
Yes, that's awesome. So before we end, do you have any last words to share with us? Anything closing statement from you, Dan?
No, I think I really appreciate everyone who spent an hour of their time to listen to me. I really hope that what I was sharing add values to you and that it helps you to with your journey of utilizing AI. I mean, I've been working in technology for close to a decade now, and I've never seen any technology in the past that create impact as fast as AI, really. And unlike the internet, I mean, internet took about 5 years for us to create any kind of fruition in terms of the impact on value. But with AI, in within 2 years, we start seeing a huge improvement in productivity across so many different industry, particularly technology. And and I think in within the next 2 to 3 years, any company or any individual that are able to utilize or leverage AI better than others are going to be the first one to really capitalize on this new trend. I mean, you see it happen with internet. The people who are on board earlier, the people who create website earlier, the people who do SEO earlier are typically the one who actually pioneer the market and capture a huge portion of the market. And then most of the people are chasing behind. I mean, look at internet now. If you start any business on the internet, it's so much more difficult than if you would do it when you were in 2020, in 2010, right? So same thing now with AI. I think get on it early. And those of you who joined this webinar, I'm sure is already someone who are very uh interested in AI. And I really hope what I share helped you, in some sense, with your journey with AI. So really appreciate your time.
All right. Well, thank you then for
Thank
sharing
you.
that with us for tonight. And I hope everyone get one or two aha ideas that you can apply directly if you even using TeamPal or you using it like ChatGPT or Gemini. You use the IWWH framework. to enhance the result from the AI for your business. Right. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining us for this webinar, and I hope I can see you on other webinar as well. So goodbye. Good night,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Dan.
Bye bye.
Bye.